Welcome to Learning by Doing. I'm Rajesh Kumar. Have you ever wondered what happens when you tap a button on your phone? When you're on BYJU's or Duolingo and you study a flashcard and click hard, where does that click actually go? It doesn't stay on your phone, it travels out of your screen into the internet and gets logged away in a database. Today, we are going to build the exact tracks that a click travels on. What you are seeing is an interview flashcards tracker, 3D card flip, study ratings, and every rating you give is being saved out of the browser and into a real database. We are going to build this entire app today from scratch in 30 minutes. Session goal. By the end of this 30-minute session, you will have built a working flashcards app. But more importantly, you are going to understand the journey of a click. We will build the screen where the click begins. We will build the backend, highway that it travels on, and the database vault where it gets logged away permanently. You don't need to know complex databases. You don't need to be a coding genius. You just need to describe what you want clearly. Let's start the journey. How to follow along. Before we start, look in the video description. There is a link to my GitHub page. It contains a file called master prompts. I have written down the exact plain English instructions we are using today. I don't want you to just watch this video passively. I want you to open that file, copy the prompts, and build this app alongside me. When I move to step 1, you move to step 1. Copy, paste, and watch the AI build it on your screen. That is the only way you will actually learn. Ready? Let's go to step 1. Step 1, Architecture. Goal of this step is before we lay down any code, we need to map a map of exactly where our click is going to travel. Screen, backend, database. Every app you use daily, Zomato, Instagram, Duolingo, uses exactly this map. Left panel, the screen. This is where the journey begins. The flashcard, the flip animation, the rating buttons. Middle panel, the backend. This is the invisible highway. It takes your clicks, enforces the rules, and carries it forward. Right panel, the database. This is the final destination, the vault. Now, the most important concept of today's build. The card flip is temporary, it only lives in the browser. Refresh the page and the flip vanishes. But the rating you give is permanent. It travels all the way to the database the moment you click. Temporary browser memory, fast, permanent database storage, safe. You'll see this happen live in chapter 6. Step 2, Project Setup. Goal for this step is in the next 90 seconds, we are creating our project folder structure. 2 separate folders, 1 database config file. We need to organize our highway correctly or the click gets lost. As we see the commands here, paste them in terminal. I have already done this process for you. I have set up a project already. Every senior engineer does this first. Project structure, Before writing any code, we are creating an empty file called dockercompose.yml. Why? Because an organized folder structure guides the AI tools perfectly. As we can see, as we can verify here, VS Code shows flashcards frontend and flashcards backend and docker.yml. All these files are already created. You can copy paste this and create the folder structure or execute one command after another. Step 3, Requirements Prompt. Goal of this step is we act as the architecture. We describe the exact data rules for our flashcards in plain English. No technical jargon, just requirements. By the end of this step, you will have a complete blueprint ready. If we decode our prompt here, I want to build a study flashcard app. My existing project, flashcards frontend that we created previously, flashcards backend that we as well created, docker compose.yml that's empty. Step 1, read before planning. Scan the folder structure and key config files in both projects. Tell me what dependencies are already installed and what entry points exist. That's our step 1. Step 2. Here is what I want to build. Create multiple decks like study folders for different exam topics like system design, DSA, basics. Add flashcards to each deck. Each card has a question on the front and an answer on the back. Study a deck one card at a time. See the question, click to flip the card and reveal the answer. The flip should look like a real card turning over, 3D animation. After seeing the answer, rate how well I know it. Again, I had no idea. Hard, I almost got it. Good, I knew it after a moment. Easy, I knew it instantly. Cards I rate, again are hard, should come back for review sooner than cards I rate good or easy. This is called spaced repetition. The app should remember my study history permanently, even after I close and reopen the browser. Respond with only a plan in this format. What you found in the existing project setup, proposed data model, entities, how they relate to each other, technology choices, ORM, CSS approach, state management, build phases, ordered list. Do not write any code yet. Wait for my confirmation before building. This is a prompt. Look at what I'm doing here. I'm not writing code manually. I'm simply describing the rules of the journey. This prompt has two simple parts. Part 1, read the existing folder structure. Part 2, my requirements, the flashcards, the spaced repetition logic, the database tracking. And at the end, I clearly asked for a blueprint, not code. Wait for my confirmation. Now, we'll copy the prompt and give it to AI. previously when I clicked yes, it asked for our permission to read the files. Again it is asking. So we are giving it for this session. So based on our instructions, so we'll see it thought for 1 second or so. The user wants me to first scan the project structure, then create a plan. Let me explore both front-end and back-end projects simultaneously. Yes, so that's what we asked in our prompt. So so it's going on thinking if we see 73 seconds, 75 seconds, the task is going on performing. If you see, it's reading all the files as mentioned in both the projects. So it has given thought for 16 seconds. Here is the full picture and plan. As we asked, what I found in the existing project, front end with the details, backend, flashcard backend with the details, docker-compose YAML is completely empty. Propose data model. So we have asked it to propose a data model. It has proposed data model deck, card, review log, relationships between them, deck, cards, one too many, card review logs, one too many, spaced repetition logic. So the logic we mentioned for spaced repetition, that logic. Technology choices. It is using ORM is type ORM, database Postgres via Docker, CSS, Tailwind CSS, 3D card flip, pure CSS. It is using a package, state management, routing, HTTP Axios, API documentation, Swagger. Build phases. We asked for these build phases. Phase 1 is infrastructure setup. Phase 2 backend decks. Phase 3 backend cards. Phase 4 backend reviews plus spaced repetitions. Phase 5 front end routing plus layout. Phase 6 front end deck management. Phase 7 front end card management. Phase 8 front end study mode. So it's saying ready to build, confirm, and I'll start with phase 1. So as we asked, we can verify all these things. Based on the prompt that we have asked it, it has given us all the details. Now moving into the next phase. Next step. What is the next step? Step 4. Step 4. Build prompt. Goal of this step is to confirm the blueprint and generate the entire app. The backend highway, the database setup, the 3D animations. We are adding one crucial thing, console logs. So we can literally watch the click travel in real time. Before I hit enter, think about this. If I am a human developer was building this app manually, writing the database tables, the APIs, the React components, and the 3D CSS. This is easily 3 to 4 days of solid manual coding. Before going further with copy pasting, we will decode our prompt once again. The plan looks good. Please build the complete application exactly as planned. So we have reviewed the plan previously and it is good for us. We want it to follow the same and we are adding few preferences. Dark background, card flip should feel smooth and realistic like a real physical card, and the buttons of again hard, good, easy appear after flipping. We are saying they should appear after flipping. Clicking a rating saves it to the database and loads the next card automatically. I want to test the backend from a browser without writing code. Add console logs throughout. So we want to have backend logs and we have front-end logs as well. And build all files, don't skip any. So this is our prompt to build our application. So we'll copy it. We'll paste it and see what happens. So now it is again thinking. The user wants me to build the complete application. Let me start building everything systematically. I'll need to configure docker-compose.yml, build the backend, build the frontend. Yeah, so based on our instructions, it is building the application. So the same order that was mentioned prior above, the same order we have. Now I have all the information I need to, I need. Let me build everything systematically. Here is my plan. So if you see Docker Compose, backend files, creating the DTOs for cards. So it has created a plan for itself and it is working on it. And it is still going on creating the plan. We can read it in detail to understand better of how the AI agent is working. So reading these details also gives us an insight of how it is thinking and what is its implementation approach. All this is how a human does, but now AI agent is doing for us. So if we see the building is finished, it has given us a list of files. So if we move to the top to our command, we'll scroll up to the top to see what is being built where. So here, if you're coming back, we've already seen this and it is reading. So we'll try to extend this. We'll try to understand which files it is reading and all. So it thought for almost like 501, like 500 seconds. So it's like 8.5 minutes or so it took for the complete application to be building. So it read the files of app modules, main, app.jsx, index CSS, white config, Docker Compose, all of them. It thought for these many seconds. So it is installing a required package. After that, it started writing. So till here, reading is done. And first thing is it started writing on docker-compose.yml, as we seen in the plan previously. And then here as well it started thinking and implemented. Again it wrote to file of deck.entity.ts in the backend. Again card.entity.ts. If we scroll like this, we can see each file where it made changes. Yeah, so if we come to the bottom, AI agent has given us what it has built as a basic overview. Infrastructure, Docker Compose, backend, all these files, front end, all these files, and it is asking us to run the app. Yeah. So now I'll try to open the terminal. Coming back here, next step is setup, full application setup. Step 5, start everything. Goal of this step, get all three parts of the app running together: the vault, the highways, the screen. When all three are fully powered on, you will see our tracking beacons light up in the terminal. So first, I'll see whether Docker Compose is already running. Okay, this is running from the previous thing. I'll try to delete it once. Coming back here, first terminal. So first I'll try to copy it. Coming back here, yeah, here I'll paste the command of ours docker compose -up. So if you see, it is pulling, and now if we come to docker compose, we can see it. Yeah, then getting back to next thing is come to backend and copy paste it. So we already have this here, and in which folder we are already in backend. So one second, what we'll do, we'll come to the parent folder, copy it, npm run start dev. So we are seeing that our application has a problem. Okay, so right, we'll come back to front end and I'll run front end and see. So we'll tell the AI what problem we are facing. So coming to the front end again, pasting it, npm run dev. Yes, our backend front end is running. Backend is facing some problem, unable to connect to database. Okay. So once we will see authentication. Okay. As we are seeing unable to connect to database, we'll see Docker Compose what details are there. 5432, 5432. So, and coming back to our backend in our app.module, app.module, 5432 is the port. So though we already have our Docker Compose that is running 5432, once using DBeaver, we'll try to connect to it. So we will see, we'll try to delete this. This is the old one. I'll try to connect once again. So Postgres next. So we will get the details from here, not this Docker Compose. Where is the Docker Compose here? 5432 is the port. 5432 is the port. 5432 localhost. What is the database name? Database name is flashcards. So this is the same name for database, username and password. Yes, we'll test the connection. This is a fatal password authentication failed for user flashcards. So we will try to see failed for flashcard. Postgres user flashcards. Okay, we will come back and see here. Okay, we'll tell our AI what is happening. Facing this issue in backend and unable to connect to DB using DBeaver, getting same error. Identify where the issue is in Docker Compose or where. Yeah, so I've given my prompt. So prior to that, once I already committed my previous changes. I'll stage all this, so that lets us understanding what problem these have. So here it has asked for our permission. So we have given our permission. So found it. The volume intro was created before the Docker Compose had credentials. Okay. So let's see what it is doing. Okay, connected and confirm. Here is what. Okay. Localhost 5432. Connection confirmed. Here is what happened and what to do in DBeaver. The PG admin volumes are created when was still empty. Okay. Postgres user password on first init empty. After this, it ignores them. So the container had the default Postgres user and no flashcards user at all. Fix applied. Docker compose down -v delete. Docker compose up -d. So it deleted and running again. So now this should be fixing. Again, we'll try with the same credentials. We'll come, okay, before that we can run our backend again, right? We can stop this. We can run npm run start dev. Npm run start dev. We are already in backend. We'll see what happens now, if the issue is resolved or not. We can see here as well in the backend. So 0, yeah, as the AI told, the issue is resolved, and we'll come to DBeaver and we'll try to connect to the DB from here once using DBeaver client, localhost 5432, and we'll get this is flashcards. The DB name is same, flashcards. Username is flashcards. Password is flashcards. We'll test the connection. Yeah, we are able to connect. So finish, and here coming to flashcards schema public tables. Yeah, we have our tables. These are the tables that got created right now. Yes, flashcards, deck, review logs, all of this. Yeah, so coming back here, we'll minimize the terminal, and from this step what we wanted to achieve, we wanted to get all of them running. So all front-end, backend, front-end, and database all were running. So we'll come here and see once. So here if you see, we have our application that is running. Yeah, and Swagger as well, as they mentioned. So Swagger or API, we'll see, or API. So on which port it is running? 3001. No, we'll see the port 3000. Yeah, on port 3000 it is running. If you see that, if front and back end both are running. Yes, so that was our goal of the setup, right, of our step here. Our goal was to set it up, the complete application. Step 6, live demo. Goal for this step: send the click. We will create a fresh deck and add cards, study them, and at every single action, we will literally watch the click travel from the browser to the backend. This is the journey happening in real time. Yes. So now we have our demo description, a step-by-step kind of a guide. We'll follow this step by step and see what happens and what we will be able to see. We'll come back here, we'll come to the front end, we'll inspect element. Yes. So here we will come to logs and network. So we have console and network, both the tabs. So first we'll come to the description and see. First thing is create new deck and name it with campus placement prep. Yeah, so new deck, campus placement prep. Then we have for final years. Yeah, if you see, we pasted it and create. If you see, the deck got created, and here as well we are able to see the logs of what we have created. Yeah, whenever we clicked, it interacted with the backend. So if we come to the terminal and see the backend, here we should be able to see the backend logs as well. Flashcard backend is running, deck created of campus placement prep. That is the name that we have given, right? So to cross verify, we can come back to our database and we can see the deck here once. Deck, we'll try to reload it. Here we are able to see our deck that we have just created with the name and the description. Yeah. So coming back to our next step of the script. Now what we have to do? Add card. So what is the card? What is a load balancer is first question. We have this. So manage. We have a card. Add card. What is the question? What is a load balancer? We had that. Next, the answer is system design and all. Paste it. Add card. Now a new card is added as well. If you see, these are the card details that got added. The same if we come back here and see another card added to deck. So this is a backend. And once we'll come to the database and see the cards. So in the cards as well, we'll refresh it. So we are able to see our new card as well. Now coming back here, we'll see next what do we have. Next, create another question. We'll create another question. Come back here, add a card, give a question, and then answer. Give our answer. Come back here, give the answer, add card. Now 2 cards we have added. So what is the next step it is asking us to do? Click the deck, start study session. Yes. So now this is there and we have study here. We click on study. So we have 2 cards in this particular deck. What is load balancer? Yeah, it is giving us click anywhere on the card to reveal the answer, not outside, inside. Here is the answer. How well do you know it? Yeah, it has given us the options. Hard, again hard, good, easy. I don't know this at all, so I'll go for again. That's one thing. If you see, whenever we click on hard, it should record it in a backend. Yes. So coming back and seeing the logs again in the backend, study queue. If you see, study results saved, rating again, whatever rating we have given. We can see in our database as well. So we'll minimize this and click on review log and say refresh. We are able to see this here again for this particular ID. Yes. So the next question, SQL was no SQL, which and when? This is the next question. This also I've given hard. Our session is completed. Back to decks. Here are our decks. Yes. So if we come back and see, here we have tested everything. Flip card, we flipped both the cards. Open F12 that we have seen in the network as well. So all of our step 6 live demo. So the prompt that we used for building the application, it has successfully built the application for us with one error, and we asked the AI to resolve it and it resolved it for us. Yes. So this is our live demo part step. Now we'll get into the next step of developer verification. Step 7, verification. Goal of this step, verify the vault. We watched the click travel, but did it actually arrive safely? We are going to look directly at the database, raw database, tables using DBeaver. This is what a real software engineer does to debug an issue. Let's open the vault. So if you see in the previous set as well, we have seen, but here are the steps where as a developer, we can verify each and every step in the database. So that means we have covered this step as well. Moving on to the next. Step 8. Automated tests. Goal of this step is to build a safety net. We proved our app works manually, but what if we change code tomorrow and accidentally break the highway? We will run an automated test suite with one single command. The machine will verify every route for us. So here the prompt is to generate automated tests for us. We'll decode it. I want to write automated tests for my flashcards app backend. Tests should verify, creating a new deck should succeed. Getting the list of all decks should return a list. Adding a card to a deck should succeed. Recording a study result should succeed. Getting the study queue for a deck should return cards. Generate a complete test file for all 5. Add console logs at the start of each test. Each test should start afresh. Give me the command to run all tests. So this is the command using which we want to write tests. So here is a prompt. We have given the AI agent. Let it think. So it is asking us the permission. So here, based on our prompt, it has created tests for us. If you see, these are the tests that were created. And what it is trying to say, npm run test flashcard. So all these commands we can use to run our tests. So we'll copy this, copy till here. We'll come back, we'll close this. So we can use, so we have another thing here. We are in the backend. We should be in the backend folder. Paste it and see the command it has given us. We have to use that command. So if you see, this is a file that got created. And if you see, all the tests are passed. The same prompt that we have given. 5. Creating a new deck. Get the list of all decks. Adding a card to a deck. Recording a study result. Getting the study queue for a deck. All the tests, whatever we asked, it has implemented for us. Step 9. Enhancement. Last step. Goal is to make the flashcards actually useful for technical interviews. We will update the screen to show formatted code snippets with bold text, inline code and syntax highlighting. Perfect for data structures and algorithms preparation. You can work on the enhancement part. I'll move forward into the next step. You can try this out. This is day 4, successfully completed. We did not just build an app today. We watched the journey of a click from the screen down the backend highway securely into the database vault. You proved it arriving using DBeaver, and you built a safety net of automated tests to protect it forever. This is what end-to-end full-stack development is all about. Your homework: add 10 real study cards of your own tonight. Sit down and study from your own app. Let those clicks fly. Post a screenshot of your terminal logs with the hashtag LBD11days in the comments. Day 5. We are building an assignment deadline manager. We will work with dates, urgency, sorting, and a traffic light UI, red, amber, green, essential for tracking your college sessions. Keep building. We'll meet tomorrow.